Today I'm going to read to you the introduction for 10 Little Rules for a Double-Butted Adventure. Have you ever wanted to have an adventure but figured you were too old or too fat or just too fill in the blank? That was me. At age 54, I was out of shape, though to be fair, round is a shape, unsure of myself, tired and worn out, and assumed somehow the world had passed me by. I was also in the middle of a messy divorce after a 14-year emotionally abusive relationship that only cemented each of these ideas into a reality I couldn't shake. Then my son's friend started an epic journey by planning to hike the Appalachian Trail. Ian kept a blog about his preparations, and once he began walking, he told his readers about his days and his insights. His quest lit a spark in me. I wanted my own epic quest. Something that would prove to my children, my friends, but mostly to me, that I wasn't finished, that my life wasn't over, that my failed marriage didn't define me. I wanted to prove to myself I was a capable woman with a whole lot more to give in this life. Ian finished his adventure in September. I began mine the following February when someone waltzed into my life who changed everything about what I thought was my truth. This someone, who is now my husband, helped me regain my confidence and my zest for life by introducing me to tandem cycling. Prior to Bruce, I hadn't been on a bike since college and hadn't ridden for the sheer joy of riding since middle school. While we were courting, he told me one day, "I've always wanted to ride across the United States on a bicycle." That statement, along with our first 12-mile jaunt together, was all it took to make me embrace this adventure. So it began. In the midst of getting in shape, determining what type of equipment we needed, discovering the basics of good cycling, and waking up each morning determined to finish what we had started together, I learned so much more than I imagined possible. This journey across the United States taught me that I am enough. I also learned volumes about people, relationships, God, and living a full life. Riding day in and day out gave me time to think and reflect. Ultimately, this adventure helped me to heal and to reclaim my self-worth and my personal power. 10 Little Rules for a Double-Butted Adventure is not a travelogue, though you will learn quite a bit about crossing the United States at an average of 10.4 miles per hour. It is not a guide about cycling, though by the time you finish reading it, you will have a better grasp of what it is like to turn those pedals for 3 months straight. It also is not a manual about any specific experience. What I learned applies in equal measure to athletic endeavors, heading back to school, changing careers, completing some bucket list item, or any daunting life change. This book at its core is an exploration of what I learned along the way, lessons that helped me regain a sense of purpose I will draw on until I take my final breath at some point in the future. I'm sharing it now with you in hopes my story might touch you, inspire you, and support you as you find and live your own truths. So sit back and enjoy the ride.